And welcome back, everyone, to MGC 2023 quarterfinals weekend. We are fresh off a pretty amazing match that you all just got the pleasure of witnessing between Vaxe and Intercambing. But we are moving on in the winners bracket to our next match between Xootynator and Arnold24x24. I'm 2NG. Joining me for this match will be Tykani. Tykani, we got some big shoes to fill with that last match. What are we thinking here as Zooty?
That we do. It's going to be an interesting one. Right off the bat, I think we're going to see double speed ban from Zooty. I think it's going to be Nomad 5 DT2 just gone out the window immediately. Because these speed maps are brutal. We saw it with Vaxe versus Intercambing. We're seeing Vaxe struggle on these maps. Intercambing, maybe not so much, but I'm not going to want to play them against a speed player as talented as Arnold. You know, she's going to want to keep it close for a match like that.
Yeah, I think the skill sets here are really interesting, right? Because, you know, Arnold known as a really good speed player, but also a very good, like, hidden and low AR brooding player. So it does open up a couple of opportunities, perhaps for maps even after Zooty almost inevitably bans out a couple speed picks. It is, you know, there's this interesting thing about Zooty, right, where she can actually get by on speed because she's so good at double tapping. So there's something worth considering is that, like, whatever speed map inevitably does get left up, because there's 3 speed picks and 2 bans, so you can do the math on that one. It'll be interesting to see, you know, Arnold probably jumping straight on that, but to see how well Zooty can do. For her part, though, Zooty, you'd expect probably some aim picks and maybe some hard rock as well. I feel like that's probably the areas of this pool that she's going to feel like she has the big advantage on. You know, you look at their scores from last week, and they're pretty evenly matched. Arnold actually did win a couple of the HRs when you compare, and Zooty somehow won the DT1. So not everything makes sense. So it's I'm very interested to see what the strategy looks like out of these two.
Yeah, for sure. Remember last time I remember these two playing a 1v1 against each other was Corsairs Closed 2022, where it went pretty far down to the wire. Zooty would end up taking it though. So it was close the last time they played. That said, it's been a while. Should memory serve.
Yeah, I feel like Zooty probably has, if not more picks, she's at least somewhat favored on certain of the contested picks that you might see later down the line. Stuff like that just randomly might show up, like a Nomad 3, Nomad 4, you know, hidden 3 hard rock 2, hard rock 3, like some of those kind of less standard maps where it's not like, okay, Zooty's just the god aim player versus Arnold, who's just a really good speed player, where it's really clearly delineated skill set wise. I guess we are kind of just waiting for the players to join the lobby, so we get to spitball on these things a little bit more. I do think, you know, it's probably what, Nomad 5 DT 3 bans from Zooty, and then Arnold, do you spend like hidden 1? What's the second ban? What do you second ban there? Assuming you're first banning hidden 1.
I don't want to play Nomad 1 against Zooty.
Yeah, maybe Nomad 1.
That raw aim is probably not fun.
I actually feel that Arnold has underrated aim. Like, I've seen him put up good scores on aim stuff, but yeah, Zooty, the aim player of all time, so it could be like a Nomad 1 hidden 1 ban angle for Arnold,
yeah,
who does win the role. So he's gonna get select pick ban order, and we'll hopefully jump into it. Like I said, you know, try to keep some excitement levels up after everybody probably expended all their energy clenching for that tiebreaker in Vaxe Intercambing, but hopefully we get another match that's equally exciting and closely fought.
Yeah, I was over in a VC screaming my heart out 3 minutes before I had to join over here to cast this match. It was a very exciting one for sure.
But let's see. So we are going to get first pick going to Arnold. We're going to get second and first ban also going to Arnold as he opts into the second ban. So hopefully we'll jump into it here. Arnold's first ban, I am just kind of expecting this. I mean, like, good hidden player, but Zooty is like the hidden 1 player outside of maybe like an Enry or a Malashevsky. So would expect probably one maybe 2 hidden bans here as we go Arnold first ban.
Yeah, and it's an immediate Nomad 1 ban from Arnold. Again, it's not to undervalue how good Arnold is at aim, and I'm sure we'll see it in a later DT1. But the raw aim on Nomad 1 is not something you ever want to contest Zooty on. It is so hard to beat her on that.
Yeah, her aim has always been like one of her calling cards for sure. Very consistent on any level of aim, and the screen jumps you see in this one are no exception. And of course, there is the Nomad 5 first ban from Zooty. Wow, I for one am very surprised. Couldn't imagine Zooty banning a Nomad 5 against Arnold. No way.
As the mapper, and so naturally as someone who follows this map, she always bans it.
You don't get to see your own match get played, Sag.
Nope. Arnold actually banning Nomad 2, no hidden ban.
He's good at
hidden.
hitting.
Performing really well on Nomad 2, so it makes sense.
Yeah, their compared scores last week, Zooty got 823k on the Nomad 2, and Arnold got 641k. So, just opting, another just long consistency kind of flow heavy Nomad 2, much like last week. So, Arnold saying, I don't want to run back that situation from last week, and then Zooty is actually going to go Nomad 6 second ban, so she leaves up DT2 and DT3. That's kind of the interesting gambit I was wondering if she might opt into, because Arnold, very good low AR player, and Zooty maybe thinks she can just get by okay on the DT2 and DT3, double tapping where needed. Obviously, she's put a lot of effort into getting passably good at those speedier maps, so leaving them both up in favor of getting rid of a very difficult Nomad reading pick. I kind of like that wrinkle. I kind of get where she's coming from there.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. Arnold is immediately going to go into the hidden 2. It's your hidden low AR reading. It's something that Arnold is very good at. Zooty can somewhat contest, but if we're talking just raw advantage, it's going to be Arnold 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, Arnold has always been very good, especially at these sort of overlap aim heavy, like it's a very aim control, but with plenty of overlap patterns for this particular hidden 2. Relatively slow as well, only 172 BPM, so that kind of cursor control gets called to play just a little bit more there. This is very much within his wheelhouse, so we will get into it shortly here. Obviously, as good as she is at Zooty, as good as Zooty is at hidden 2s, there we go, I can talk, I promise. Obviously, more known for like the hidden aim and such than the low AR hidden, so this one expected to be favored toward Arnold as we head into it. To start off our second to last match of the weekend here, Zooty versus Arnold, our fourth and final winners bracket quarterfinal.
Yeah, we just have one in each bracket left here. This is the last winners bracket match in at 0 UTC. That's where we're gonna get our last losers bracket match between Tori and Maluko and the Caden. For now, enjoy the last sort of safety match of the weekend. Neither of these players are going to be going home today. This is just see who's moving on into the further into the winners bracket to fight Henry. We're going to see Arnold find the first miss.
Boy, the way Henry's been playing, that's a scary matchup for anyone. Yeah, Arnold first early break, a couple hundred combo advantage for Zooty, and accuracy slightly in Arnold's favor, but so early on, it's not really going to affect much. And you start to see some of those really difficult overlapping patterns, as well as kind of some of that aim control, just tricky all the way through. This one doesn't ever give up anything to you for free. And both players looking pretty comfortable at this point. Zooty with that lead, but bottom right gets her. You hate to see it.
Yeah, struggling on the density of that 1/4 pattern. She is going to find a miss off the aim, and it's slowly going to creep back towards Arnold. He's not going to find a miss on any of the kick sliders. Comes a little more tapping heavy section. He's going to get through it, and the lead is now securely in Arnold's place.
Yeah, we'll go into the next section here with him holding a couple hundred combo advantage. Accuracy lead by 1% as well, and that's going to contribute to a 25k score lead. But there's a break in this verse, and so Zooty will take that combo lead right back over, and the score should go with it unless she breaks, which she of course does. Players finding plenty of difficulty in this map. Nobody able to be super consistent with several breaks already at the halfway mark. But Arnold coming out just a little bit ahead for now. 25k score to the good for him on his own first pick so far.
Yeah, and he's going to stay comfortable as Zooty finds another miss in this Ki. Arnold not following suit, actually looking looking more comfortable in the Ki than outside of the Ki. And it's just going to keep letting him balloon that score lead, nearly 50k now.
And Arnold doing a really good job now, getting the comfort level up, I think, through this middle third. We'll head towards the last quarter with him looking like he's gotten a lot more kind of just, like I said, just comfy with this map. Combo up to over 400. Zooty with nothing to speak of. Arnold does break, but Zooty doesn't have any combo. She returns the favor with a break of her own. We're going to come into the last quarter with them holding no combo to either side. 60k score lead for Arnold. Unless something really drastic happens, is going to be a pretty comfy win on the first pick for him.
Yeah, and I doubt we see anything drastic with a player like Arnold. He does find a miss, but there is no combo to speak of on Xootynator. It feels a little too late for her to do anything of note to take it back. Both players are going to hit the kick slider just in the miss right after. And that combo reset is going to give that over to Arnold for absolutely sure. That's the first point.
Yeah, it's just well done by Arnold. More consistent in that middle third of the map, gave him that lead, and just held on the rest of the way through. It's only going to be a 70k win. I mean, it's not huge, but once Zooty found the earlier miss and Arnold kept holding, it just built up to this point and never went away. So well done to Arnold. Just a kind of consistent performance on his own first pick. You know, no shame in Zooty's score on that either. Obviously not a bad one, but Arnold just a little better when he needed to be on that pick. Takes the 1-0 lead into Zooty's own first selection, which is going to be a very quick Nomad 3, and this is a very aim control heavy Nomad 3, so possibly giving us an idea of where Zooty feels like she's going to be a little favored throughout this match to start off at the very least.
Yes, this Nomad 3, it's so heavy on the control skill sets that it almost feels like a tech map. The aim control and the finger control combination makes it so hard. We've been seeing a lot of breaks on this map over the weekend. The 1-6 flow, like, hard bursts are crazy. The 1/4 aim control, it literally goes cross screen at some points throughout the map. This map does not really ever let up.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the hallmark of a lot of these modern Nomad 3s as well. A very consistent difficulty. This one definitely leans a little more into the aim control than some of the kind of more pattern aim that you see in some other Nomad 3s, kind of like the one we saw last week. This one is a little less regimented in that regard. The aim is a little more changeable over the course of the map, but it definitely requires that modern, very consistent aim. And decently long too, right? Nearly 4 minutes. So you've got to stay focused in, locked in, concentrated for quite some time. And it is no skip Sunday, I guess, here as we sit through the intro for a while before we get into Zooty's first pick.
Yeah, this is an interesting first pick. I kind of expected just the hit-and-one first pick, which similarly actually fairly aim control focused. I wasn't expecting her to just say, you know what, let's keep going Nomad after we just banned 4 of the 6 Nomad maps.
You know, you leave yourself with whatever the one Nomad is that you're most comfortable with, and for Zooty, that would evidently be the Nomad 3 here. Did find an early break on that quick slider, but so early in. I mean, it was only 120 combo, so not going to be a big deal. But we're going to see how comfortable the players feel. There's some flow aspects to this, some slider aim aspects to this, and then all that control aim throughout. And Arnold will find a break of his own. Zooty with a comfy early ACK lead. It's going to take the score over very quickly.
Yeah, seeing a break from Arnold is going to just immediately swing it over to Zooty. That break certainly isn't helping him either. Zooty's going to continue to hit through all these aim control patterns. Not too many ACK drops on the 1/6 burst either. Now with this slightly slower section, she's just going to be able to accumulate that free combo.
Yeah, it was a really good job by Zooty holding through that entire section so that she was able to get to this freer section. Because with Arnold breaking, it just gives her even more of a comfortable lead. She's doing a really good job on the flow aim, especially because it feels like Arnold's been having some trouble on those bursts, whereas Zooty has made it through, which is kind of not as much what you expect, right? Not known as the superior tapping player in this matchup, but doing the job here just fine. And we're about halfway through, and she's about to be doubling Arnold's score, really performing well in this, other than that early slider break. Has looked quite consistently comfortable throughout so far.
And not
those kick sliders.
The kick sliders are so scary. They are so easy to miss on, but not going to be a victim, not Xootynator, and she's going to continue. 200k lead. A third of the map left. I don't know if Arnold really has.
He'd have to perform very. I mean, he basically has to FC the rest and have Zooty break multiple times. And with him breaking there and her having double his score, this is pretty over at this point. Very strong showing from Zooty. I'm not sure what the best is. Personally, I missed 1 or 2 matches early this morning, but Zooty putting up a clinic this go round. And there's really nothing Arnold can do but sit and watch as the score goes farther and farther in his opponent's favor.
Yeah, this is kind of insane. Unfortunately, finally a break right there, but that's 1,000 combo, 630k. This is an insane score from Xootynator to start her picks off. And, you know, if Arnold was looking dominant on the hidden 2, then Zooty is absolutely looking incredible on this Nomad 3.
Yeah, both players with really good first picks, but Zooty is definitely the more dominant of the two, eventually winning by 364k, more than doubling the score of Arnold. And out he goes. He's gone. See ya.
Goodbye.
I don't know, fixing something, had to leave and rejoin, but he's back. So now the question is, does he hop into the DT pool? He's got the DT2 and the DT3 available to him that Zooty chose to leave both of in the ban phase. I think it's got to be one of those 2 maps. You've got to figure that's your big strength. Do you think Arnold took his gamer subs before this match?
Well, I mean, if he wins, we kind of have to assume he did, right?
I mean, when you've got the sponsor, when you've got the promo, you should probably be loading up to be prepared for situations just like this one. It is going to be DT3. So we've got the speed coming out of Mr. Arnold as his second pick.
Yeah, Godspeed. We have seen some pretty insane scores. We just saw in our camping poll, pretty incredible, over 800k reverse choke on this map in the last match. Consistently really difficult, 270 BPM firsts all throughout. One really funny slider at the end of some of the later KIs. It's a hell of a speed map.
I remember seeing this maybe 3 years ago as a hard rock pick, because it's a 6.5 as a hard rock pick, and the number of people that broke on that one slider that everybody will see at the very end was hilarious. But here it's DT, it's a whole different animal entirely. 270 beats per minute. Yeah, also, like, gotta shout out the amount of flow aim that you need. There's a lot of those kind of linear flow patterns when you're not playing bursts that you have to really struggle with your tapping on, potentially. You also have to make sure you are keeping your cursor control up there for the linear flow aim patterns. So hopefully both players can be comfortable with those, and we'll see whether Zooty's expertise with potentially some double tapping can make this one more competitive than you may expect against a speed expert like Arnold on his own pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough one. We do see Zooty find the early act drops, maybe setting the stage for just how comfortable she is on this, which is not very. I mean, she can absolutely play this. She can contest, but she's not going to be as comfortable as Arnold is.
So far, though, I mean, she's a bit behind on act, but holding it together. Not a lot of hundreds dropped on those longer bursts. Arnold, obviously the more comfortable, but Zooty with the superior aim, any of those little aim drops that you might find, I would think Arnold would be a little more susceptible to. It's just going to come down to whether or not she can make it through the bursts. And, well, so far so good for both players. It's a double FC, but that accuracy lead for Arnold, 16k, the score in his favor based on the act alone.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible to see both players FCing so far. I mean, not much to say. It's a good score from both players. There's always that little bit of fear on those doubles. You see both players shake every time. They both hit it. It's fine. Into the next KI. Zooty is going to find a slider break on literally the first object of the KI. Arnold not trading that out at all.
I think she under-tapped the last note of that burst, which is the slider head. So it was a slider break right there because she just ran out a little bit at the end of that burst. And Arnold holding on is going to pretty much put an end to this point right there. He would have to break more or less immediately. And there goes Zooty on the longer burst. Yeah, this was always one that you would expect Arnold to do well on. It was going to need to be, you know, the stars aligning a little bit for Zooty to be able to contest this map. And now it's just going to be a question of whether Arnold can pull off an FC, because this lead is now pretty well insurmountable in his favor.
Yeah. Couple act drops from Arnold, who went down from 98 to 97, but you know what? He's still holding on, a little shaky, but he has the chance to pull together a score higher than inner camping. It's all going to come down to this last TI and to this map's infamous slider.
Oh, here we come into the last moments of the pick. Oh, he misses on the linears! I said, it's like you can miss on those linears, man. It can happen. That's a shame on what would have been an FC. Unfortunately, Arnold dropping on those linear patterns, dropping a bunch of ack alongside it, but he takes the win by a more than comfortable margin nonetheless. A pretty solid score, just shy of 1,000,000 points. 4 misses on those back and forth linear aim patterns, but obviously the more comfortable speed player is Arnold, and so no surprise to anyone that he's able to take that point.
Yeah, it's not a surprise at all. This is the kind of thing I would have expected Xootynator to ban, with her instead going for the Nomad 6. Just because Arnold is going to be so dominant on it every time. That said, Xootynator looked really good in the first half.
Yeah, she was able to keep it, excuse me, she was able to keep it competitive for roughly half of that map. And then, you know, just was not, it was not the rest of the way. And here we go into a Nomad 4. So Nomad 3, Nomad 4, the first 2 picks from Zooty. You can tell she's just not going for mechanics here. She wants to go a little more into, you know, an aim control, and then just a really, really hard tech pick. Also, notably, we're 4 picks in now, and with 2 of them being Nomad, that means the Nomad pool is now exhausted, so we're going to exclusively see modded maps the rest of the way through this match after this one.
Yeah, from here, we probably are going to see Xootynator pick a little bit more mechanics. That said, you win Nomad 4, you've got a pretty good shot at Hidden 3 as well, which you could very well be looking at. Nomad 4, not too distant of a cousin from this Hidden 3, and I'm sure, you know, this is a big determining map for her on where she goes next with her pick strategy.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how this one goes first. I feel like this is pretty favored to Zooty. She's, I think, kind of an underrated tech player. Because yeah, the Hidden 3 would definitely sound good if this one goes well for her. This map is so hard though. Like the first, third to half of this, it's pretty short, so I guess it's more like half, is just ludicrous. Once you get past the intro, it is very, very difficult to hold through everything that this throws at you with all these kick sliders and all the controlling required into the bigger sliders as well. I feel like the player's just making this look so much easier than it is. There's the first drop coming from Arnold. Zooty trades it right back though. And yeah, this is how it kind of goes in this beginning. It's so hard to keep combo.
Yeah, these sliders are crazy hard to hit. I'm honestly surprised we're even seeing Zooty try and play them at all. Given the full area, she usually just cheeses sliders that big. But she is going to make it through alive. Arnold not so much, finding a couple slider breaks at the end of the section there and giving Xootynator the chance to build free combo before the map gets really, really hard again.
Yeah, this is a really good spot on the map to have a combo lead, man. Same thing that happened with the Nomad 3 when she was able to accelerate that lead out by having some combo in the slower part. Just able to keep something going into this part, able to build up a 90k lead as we go back into some controlling buzz sliders, kick sliders, everything in the world. It's the kitchen sink being tossed your way, and you can see both players struggling as we see multiple breaks. 96 act for Zooty against the 90 act for Arnold really helps her out. And with Arnold continuing to break and Zooty building up a little bit of combo in this section, I think, again, this one is trending toward over pretty quickly here.
Yeah, this aim control patterning not presenting any difficulty for Xootynator. Mind you, she would have literally like 500 combo if she didn't break on one slider right before it got hard. This is a pretty incredible score from Xootynator. And I would say, fairly dominant from Nomad 4. Arnold just not having fun on these hard sections here in comparison. Xootynator with an 87,000 point lead and climbing gonna take this one pretty handily, hits the ending buzz sliders as well. We're 2-2.
Yeah, that's a quick 2-2. And, you know, this is kind of the interesting side. Like we were talking about before the match, right? You know, Arnold obviously super favored on speed stuff, but once you run out of speed picks, there's a lot of what are often contested picks that were just going to be favored to Xootynator in this particular matchup. The Nomad 3 going her way very handily, the Nomad 4 now going her way pretty handily. Same sort of concept there, where they're normally considered, you know, maybe niche maps for a lot of players who aren't specialists in them. But here, Zooty just taking the advantage on these non-raw mechanics types of maps. So now that we are out of the Nomad pool, you know, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what direction the players go. I do think Zooty most likely thinks about Hidden 3. And Arnold, for his part, you got to figure this is a DT2 pick.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be kind of stupid for Arnold not to pick DT2 somewhere in the match. The question is if he picks it now or later. But it just makes sense to pick it now, get it out of the way. That or DT1, honestly. Arnold's just going to pick the DT pool.
Yeah. I think the DT1 is a little bit more competitive, so I do think it's the DT2 is the better pick here, and that is where he's going to go. DT1 is, I think, strictly speaking, a technically winnable pick for Zooty. She won, between the two of them, she had the better score last week on DT1 by almost 300k. As just the better aim player, and she is a good aim DT player. I mean, she's set some pretty good aim DT scores in the past. It's always the tapping that's more of a problem for her. So we'll see if Arnold does indeed go that route as his pick after this one. I like the DT2 pick here, though. This is a, 3 minute and change 234 BPM DT pick, so gonna be right in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, for sure. I think the length of this one can pretty easily stuff out the Zooty effect potential of just cheesing her way through. 4 minutes is not exactly the easiest length to play through if you're trying to cheese the whole map as someone who doesn't really play speed, especially with the accuracy you're going to have by the end, and against a player like Arnold who is going to be so consistent on something like this.
Well, and in we go, and you can already see the comparative comfort on this map as Zooty was dropped down to 80% in the accuracy with Arnold still at 96 just on the intro alone. Not unexpected, but again, it's just going to be about whether or not she can cheese her way through and whether Arnold finds an untimely break, because despite the accuracy discrepancy, she's now recovering accuracy, and the combo is dead even as they both hold the FCs. So this is always the question mark, picking these types of maps into Zooty. If she can make her way through the most difficult parts, you know, decently, her aim can carry her through other sections that maybe are a little more reliant on that particular skill set than just the raw tapping.
Yeah, we will see. Consistency is key. Arnold still holding an accuracy advantage means that he is going to stay ahead for now. The break could be crucial. We are going to see some act drops from Arnold and Zooty. The accuracy a little bit closer between the two. But so far, no breaks. The players hit that really weird burst that like curves up last second.
Yeah.
That burst is so hard to hit.
Yo, Zooty's on an A-rank FC, by the way, at that break, because of the number of 50s she's hit. That's a little unfortunate, but all that matters is the score, realistically. It's still an A-rank FC, in fact. I wonder how much longer it has to go before that turns into an S if she holds on. But this is going to get scary. I mean, the combo starts to get really big. We're about halfway through. Again, this is just a really long DT map. You don't often see speed and tapping maps at this length in DT pools. And yeah, oh god, those hit sounds on Zooty's side were so tragic. That was just double tapping through the doubles, and she finally does break. And now Arnold is just going to race out to an instant 80k lead without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, accuracy on his side. Wait, hold on a second. That break...
it's 100k though. Like, yeah. It's still 100k and only 100 combo.
I'm not gonna say it's in Zooty's ballpark, but I'm gonna say it makes him bleed a little bit. He didn't just instantly take it away.
What's that line? I'm not gonna say we're back or nothing, because that implies that we're back from something. Well, Plenty of maps still to go. There's another break for Arnold. Wait a second. This is where it gets scary. Now it gets scary. He still has a 2% accuracy lead. He still has a 70k score lead, but he's breaking on the aim. And that's what I was talking about. Xooty's just better at aim. And so as long as she can get through the tapping with the combo, she can win on the aim aspect. There goes Arnold again. And it's all of a sudden under 30k. The man had a 100k score lead, but his aim is just falling to pieces. And Zooty says, I will take that, thank you very much. The score lead goes her way on the DT2, and this is the Xootynator gambit. Now that we are here in the year 2023, Zooty can make it through the tapping, and her aim can carry her the rest of the way, and it's a 20k score lead in her favor on a speed map against Arnold.
I swear, I can't hear it, but I just know she's on stream right now looking at the score at the break. Let's go! We did it! Because I mean, that's quite the way to come back. It's literally just the aim that got Arnold out, and Xootynator, of course, so talented with the aim and able to hold on. Honestly, she would be FCing right now if it weren't for the doubles, actually.
Oh my god. I mean, that's
really
what is that
score.
like? I think that's a 1 miss, and it was just that it was halfway through, so her score is only 670k. But that's like either a 1 or a 2 miss just on that double section that you mentioned. And wow, 27k, Zooty's gonna steal a break point away with a 1 miss on the DT2. Accuracy be damned. It's all about the aim, and it's all about the combo when it matters, and she does what she needed to do. And she's gonna be the one to pick the DT1. Xootynator is feeling it right now.
Now, the last match, I remember these two playing against each other. Zooty would lose by about 200k on the DT1. And again, that was such a long time ago. We've seen Zooty grow so much as a player. And now, this is her chance. This is her redemption here. Moonlight Speed, DT1. I mean, right after you win off of aim on the DT2, it just makes sense. This is the right pick. Ballsy, but I love to see this from Xootynator. AR 10.5, by the way.
Yeah, this is, again, it's just Zooty betting on her aim and her ability to play what tapping there is, which is relatively minimal, right? Like, not a whole lot of tapping in this one. It's just a lot of aim, a bunch of kick slider aim and stuff too, which, again, suits Xootynator pretty well. Yeah, though, like you said, the evolution of Xootynator, especially in 1v1s, where you can't hide behind teammates in 1v1s. You have to be able to play everything that the pool is going to throw at you. Her evolution as a player to where she's able to play, contest, and even sometimes win speed maps is so scary, because that means that it just takes away some of what used to be free points against her. And now she's got that breakpoint 3-2 advantage. If she can consolidate here, go up 4-2, no DT, no speed, Arnold starts to have a lot of trouble picking anything that's in his favor after this.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people still, in the year of our Lord 2023, still doubt Xootynator, but there is a reason she is C2. And it's because of maps like that DT2, and there's a reason she's picking this DT1. It's because she has the confidence that she has the ability. Arnold actually doesn't look comfortable on AR 10.5 at all. We saw multiple breaks in the intro.
Yep. It's all about her aim superiority in this matchup, and oh yeah, there's Arnold giving up points and breaks on the finger control. Those little doubles caught him out in a way that Zooty was able to get through, and there's those big tough kick slider jumps. Arnold struggling a lot. This is him struggling more than I would anticipate on this map, to be fair. But again, Zooty's aim just exactly where it needs to be. And it's already, I mean, we're already halfway through, but it's 180k lead. I mean, Zooty is firing on all cylinders here.
Yeah, the aim on this map is not comfortable farm DT1. You have these really weird, like, smaller patterns that require comfortability on this, I'm going to keep saying this, approach rate, as well as this BPM to continue hitting, and just really damn good aim, which Zooty has plenty of, as she makes it through the end of the second KI with no troubles at all. Arnold, meanwhile, I mean, just not feeling comfortable. Zooty is more than doubling his score right now. She's not having any issues at all. Arnold continues to find chain misses. Zooty does not. Finally finds a slider break, but it is far too late for Arnold to do anything.
Yeah, Arnold all the way down at 89 AC, which is just unprecedented. I mean, I don't know if this was something he didn't adequately practice or just something he was this uncomfortable with. Hard to say exactly what's going on, but it's just Zooty time. She is zooting all over him. This is a really, really solid score from her, and this is a consolidated break point now, and just a great showing. Zooty looking so strong, 711K. I mean, that's not just doubling his score. Like, that's a beatdown of really scary proportions. And 4-2, 2 points away. And now if you're Arnold, you're kind of taken aback. You're reeling a little bit on the back foot here after the way these last couple maps just went.
Yeah, this potentially Arnold's last pick is going to be Hard Rock 2. The Hollow Wings, Flow Aim, TV size, CS6 map. This is brutal.
Precision. This has got to be so difficult to switch to after going DT2, DT1. All of a sudden you have to go to this Hard Rock 2, which is just tiny circles and stop and start precision aim. Like, holy cow, man. This is like just Arnold betting on his ability to switch up the skill sets and still be able to perform. Zooty has historically been decent at precision. Not always amazing, but always fine. So I feel like this is a really contested pick. I don't feel like this is comfortable either direction. And this skill set is also just hard to be consistent on.
Yeah, I mean, it's true precision. It's CS 7.8. Get out of here with that 6.5. It's just not here. That's Hard Rock 1. You're going to see Xootynator find the first miss. No trade from Arnold. The accuracies are going to keep the lead close.
Yeah, this is going to stay tight. There is another break from Arnold, though. And this section looks like it should be free, and it is anything but. Those perfect stacks and like the aim control required are so much harder than they look with this circle size being as small as it is. But both players do manage to make it through, and that's going to work in Zooty's favor, but she misses badly on the wiggles. Arnold held for a while through there and was able to get the score lead back in his favor. Those wiggles make or break your run on this pick.
Absolutely. The chain miss from Zooty has been somewhat consolidated for her. And now fully as Arnold finds a chain miss of his own. But man, it is still so tight. 10K is nothing.
Arnold's got the 60 combo lead. That's all it takes. And there's a big chain miss from Zooty to lose more score, but there goes Arnold as well. It's a little bit of combo going in the end. It is 724 points. Wait, what? It's 699 points? That happened so fast. That happened so fast that I couldn't even tell what was going on. And he wins by 700 points.
Until the score went down.
Yeah, like the score just went down in the last second. I haven't actually seen the MP link. I need to see the MP link. What in the world just happened, man? I don't actually know. Like, I feel like I did a terrible job of commentating that because I literally didn't realize what was happening until it was already over.
I don't think that's your fault. I think that was just a moment. It was an Arnold point, but barely.
Wow. I mean, it's just the lower miss count. Zooty had better AC, better max combo, but 5 more misses. That's all it takes. I mean, that's more than all that it takes. Yep. Wow. All right. Well, good job, Arnold. He needed that point really badly. And it's going to go HR1. We've got to figure out what's going on, and we've got to go into Hard Rock 1. We're going to see more aim control. We're going to see more flow aim. This one's got a bunch of back and forth linear patterns, and Zooty's aim has looked a lot better on jump aim than has Arnold's in this match so far. So I do like this pick.
Yeah, it's really hard aim. It's also just those space bursts are such a struggle to hit consistently. But if anyone's going to hit them, it is going to be Xootynator, whose flow aim is top of the world. There's a reason Arnold banned Nomad 2, and whose jump aim is uncontestable by this point with how she's been playing in this match. I love this pick from Xootynator. Going all in. We'll see, though. It's still RNG. Those space bursts can get very, very troubling.
Yeah, this map has, it feels like it's kind of divided up into 2 parts because there's like a very difficult part in the first third and then kind of a quieter part in the middle, and then the last third just ramps right back up. And you've got to stay consistent through all of it, because it's another one where you can very easily lose score if you're not careful, because some of those flow aim patterns you can fall off and miss a bunch in a row. So got to be careful to avoid the chain misses. Got to have your aim control on point, as I was saying before. And Zooty with the aim control today has looked pretty solid. Only 1 point ahead. It was looking like might have been a match point in her favor halfway through last map, but Arnold clawed it back and barely escaped by the skin of his teeth. If he can get a break point here, win back-to-back HRs, we go 4-4 and we go 1 pick left for each player. So Zooty, I think, crucial to win this pick of her own here, to take that match point advantage into the last 2 selections.
This one, I will say, it does take a little longer to get to the points where it gets really, really scary. Like, I mean, this is hard, no doubt, but I feel like the last half of this map is a little more stacked on just how scary it can get.
Well, both players making it through that first quarter of the map unscathed. Zooty Ack, just gonna let that be. Dang, my bad. My bad. All right, Arnold breaks to the right back though, so it's a trade. It's a reset. Zooty in the lead, but by a minimal margin. And now?
Yeah, best buds trading up breaks there. It is just the accuracy though.
And now we just get a little time to build up combo on both players through this middle portion before it starts up again. And it's Zooty with 140 combo lead, as Arnold did manage to find a break in this section. They both get through the flow and the kick sliders. That's crucial. Got to make it through that if you want to win this, I feel. And we go back in. Some more of those back and forth linear patterns. Both players' aim looking a little comfy here. Arnold, I think, settling down a bit in his aim, which is very good to see for him. But Zooty in the driver's seat, 40K.
Yeah, and she's going to continue to speed on it ahead. Not finding any trouble on these bursts. 99.5% accuracy, yeah. Recovering to before your initial curse.
Yeah, this ACK is absurd. Like, 99.5 on any of these hard rock picks is ridiculous. But it's still only 130 combo leads, so Arnold could make a run at this in the last third. There's a decent amount of time left. I mean, it is 3.5 minutes long, but there's going to be a break. That was was that a side break? It was a 50. You hate to see it, and now Zooty off to the races. The lead skyrockets upward, and she is probably going to take this uncontested through the ending now, unless something like there's a localized earthquake or her power goes out or something.
Yeah, I would say this is pretty handily in her favor. I doubt we see some earthquake major enough in Vancouver to catch her off. Zooty played this map so damn well, and what? My phone just thought I said "Hey Siri" when I said Zooty. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah,
she played so good.
Yeah, this is a really good score from Xootynator, man. 700k plus with 99.6 AC. I mean, that's just dominant. Making it through all the aim, making it through almost all the aim. Making it through almost all the aim. It's a 293k win. It doesn't really matter what happened at the very end. 755k. Might have been 800k without, I don't know, would have been super close without that miss, but it is job done for Xootynator. 5-3 now, match points in her back pocket. Has just looked so solid on all of her own picks.
Absolutely. She still has hidden 3 left. That's what I'm scared of personally. If Arnold takes the next pick, Zooty gets the opportunity of the last pick, which is really scary if you're Arnold.
Yeah, she has hidden 1 and hidden 3. And then Hard Rock 3 is up that I don't really feel is like a pick for either of them, really. I don't actually know what you go here if you're Arnold. I feel like all 3 of the hiddens, I feel the way this match has gone are both favored to Zooty. And I feel like the Hard Rock 3, again, just the way the match has gone, doesn't feel like it's a great pick for Arnold either. So it's like, pick the lesser of 3 evils at this point. And it's going to be the hidden 1.
I was about to say, if I'm Arnold, I take Hidden 1 here. It's just the fastest map left in the pool. You can gamble on Zooty making some finger control mistake on this one, where Hidden 3, Hard Rock 3, you're not going to see that at all. They are just too low BPM. This is Arnold's last chance. He has to win 3 maps in a row to win the match, including the tiebreaker overprotection. It is a dire situation for him.
Yeah, this is just Arnold running into the problem that we kind of have spoken about at the beginning of the match and then throughout, where some of the edge case skill sets just favor Zooty by a little bit, and that gives her more opportunities late in the match when you've gone away from the picks that are crystallized in kind of one direction or the other. So yeah, just saying, hey, this is 200 plus BPM. It is aimy, but not as aimy in terms of like pure raw aim. Still plenty of aim involved, but it's like kick slider aim, you know? So
yeah, it's Panda and Iljaz aim. If you've ever played either of their maps, you know their distinct style of aim, and it's certainly not normal. We are gonna see Arnold find an early break.
Yeah, this gives me like Desert Theater vibes, but with like Panda tapping patterns thrown in.
Thank you. Nobody agreed with me when I said that it felt like Desert Theater too. Yeah. Thank you.
The kick slider jumps are like Desert Theater City, bro. I mean, the tapping patterns are not, but the kick slider patterns are, which is just the fact that it's mapped by Iljaz, because we also mapped Desert Theater, so, you know.
Yeah.
That's the comparison there for me. And early break from Arnold, to wit, Xootynator 40k lead.
I mean, it's like Desert Theater meets Critical Cannibal. It's kind of awesome.
Oh,
actually.
Yo, actually, that's a good take. I can get behind that. Which makes sense, because it's the map versus those maps on a song that suits those style of maps. And man, Zooty is just going so far on this. This was Vaxei versus Intercambing type beat, except I forget what Vaxei's max combo was before his first break, but I know it was at least this good. I think he got to about 1,000. So Zooty looking to say anything he can do, I can also do. And there's another break from Arnold, and halfway through, that's going to cap his score out pretty badly. And man, if Zooty keeps holding the way she is, holy cow, this is scary stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Maybe if I was Arnold, I actually picked Hard Rock 3 instead, and I never said anything about Hidden 1, because what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I really think it didn't matter. But this is still just disgusting what's happening in front of our eyes. Zooty maintaining what she's maintaining here, and Arnold with multiple breaks. I mean, obviously...
Are you kidding?
What? They both missed on that too, so clearly it's just hard. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter because it's a reset, and that's just gonna end it. But that kind of is a shame, and the ending gets pretty hard. So those big fast sliders, she wasn't gonna SS through this anyway. Let's be real.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I didn't see the SS coming, but wow, what a place to break. Great job to Xootynator on securing this match. A 6-3 victory over Arnold. So good. There's a reason that she's C2. She's going to be going up against Henry next week, a player that consistently she's actually lost to. Or, sorry, not even consistently. Just the last time they played, she's lost to. So, it's going to be interesting.
That's it. That is fascinating. So, shout-outs to Arnold. Put up a solid performance, but he couldn't afford to lose a speed map. He absolutely could not afford to lose the DT2, and that was just the downfall. That breakpoint was what did it. And then he was just out of picks for this last one. But Zooty going up against Henry is interesting because it's a similar matchup to this, except he's also good at the things that Zooty is good at. Where, you know, he's good at like the hidden and the reading and the speed and stuff, but he's also like much better at things like tech and some of the other picks than Arnold was here. So that one is, I think, a little bit of a scarier matchup if you're Xootynator, because not only is he more consistent on the speed maps, but he's better at some of the niche picks as well than was Arnold in this one. So Zooty's going to have her work cut out for her, but she has deservingly advanced onward into the winners semifinals. And that is, in fact, going to decide all of our semifinals at this point. We get Malashevsky versus Vaxei in the top half. We get Xootynator versus Henri in the bottom half. So it's seeds 1, 4, 2, 3 right down the list. Everything going according to plan. So well done to the winners thus far in that side of the bracket. That being said, we do still have one more match a little bit later on this evening for the weekend. It is the final match in the losers bracket. It is Korean Maloko versus Decaton in the last match in losers bracket. That's going to be at midnight UTC tonight. That's 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific if you're in the United States. That is what,
2
like
hours
2 a.m.
from
if
now.
you're in Central Europe. It's in 2 hours is the long and short of it. That will be a pretty good one, I think, as well. So you'll definitely want to be following along with the stream if you are not already, and be in the Discord as well, so you get the announcements when we go live, all of that good stuff. We'll see if Decaton can channel some of what may be some disappointment over not making the US OWC team into this tournament. See if his solo performance can ratchet up another level after a tough loss last week to MCY4. But that's going to be in a couple hours, so that's going to do it for us for now. I've been this one guy, Ty Kenny. Thank you for joining me. It has been very fun. Congratulations to Xootynator on her win. And we will see you guys in a couple hours for the last match of the weekend here at MGC, to be immediately followed by the semifinals map pool showcase right afterward. Stick around for that. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be some fun stuff.